Steve Kim for UCN, and I am here with Abel Sanchez, trainer of Gennady Golovkin. Abel, as you turn the page at 2015. Gennady Golovkin, how has he changed from the fighter you first met several years ago?
I think the beginning of this last year was a big change for him mentally. His father passing away. I saw the next time in camp, I saw a different guy. I saw a more grown-up guy, a guy that understands his responsibilities not only inside the ring but now outside the ring. He's the matriarch of the family now, and I think that his goal and his purpose and his direction is dramatically changed in his mind.
I don't get to spend a lot of time with Gennady. Most of us don't. You see him on a day-to-day basis for months at a time. How has he changed, do you think, from a personality standpoint since, let's say, the end of 2011, given the fact that he's a much brighter star than he was when he first walked in your gym?
You know, he really hasn't changed. Yesterday in the gym, we get finished with our workouts, and there's 4 or 5 guys in the ring finishing up the workouts that we did yesterday, and they're wrestling, and he's wrestling with amateur kids inside the ring. They're joking, they're laughing. He's still the same playful, same joyful guy that came to me back in 2010. I mean, he really has not changed. He wants to have fun.
Does he still have the same work ethic and the thirst for knowledge that he did when you first got him?
Absolutely. I think even more. I think that the beginning of last year when his father passed away kind of made sure he understood that he has a responsibility now, not only to himself but to his people and to his family, to make sure that he doesn't get complacent. And I think that he reminds me of that a lot sometimes when I'll say, well, today we're only going to run 4 miles. I think there's too much traffic. No, coach, we'll go around the outside and we'll run the 6 miles. It's okay. You know, so he's the kind of guy that continues to surprise me and then not surprise me because he's at that level for a reason.
Abel, as you look at Gennady Golovkin, I think the risk versus reward ratio still does not work in his favor. So there's a lot of fighters find a path of least resistance. Now, you're an old school trainer. You came from an era when fighters were more or less forced to fight certain fights. When you hear some of the comments from individuals like Peter Quillin, what goes through your mind?
It's unfortunate for Peter because we only get a small window to take advantage of our abilities, to take advantage of our reflexes, to take advantage of all the things that God gave us and we polished. And Peter is just sitting around doing nothing and dulling those reflexes. I think that he needs to stay busy. If it's not against Gennady, I'm not worried about that. If it's against, I'm a fight fan. I want to see him fight somebody. I would hate to see him sit on a shelf like he is, like some of the other fighters are also, and not continue to take advantage of the youth that he still has. But if he ends up making up his mind that he wants to fight Golovkin, I think it'd be a hell of a fight. I definitely think so. Not only that, he's proven that against Sturm and against Martinez. Against Martinez, he lost that disputed decision down in Argentina in front of 40,000 Argentinians. In Sturm, he got a draw. So I think that he is the most durable, the biggest, I should say, the most. He hasn't been a champion yet, but you can call him a knockout champion, but just by the 2 fights he's lost or got a draw. But we look at him as another step in
the development, the evolution.
Greatness, the evolution into greatness of Gennady. If Martin comes to fight, I think we're going to be treated, me as a coach also and as a fan on the sidelines, we'll be treated to a great fight where Gennady gets hit with a couple shots so that I can see how he reacts so that we can do our work in the corner. Sometimes working with a guy like Gennady, we don't get to learn as coaches because everything happens so quick and it's all pluses. I want to see a minus in there somewhere so that I can see how I react as a coach. But we're definitely not taking him lightly. We're definitely looking for a difficult fight. If Gennady performs like he has been performing, then it's 3 or 4 rounds. But it'll be 3 or 4 memorable rounds.
All right, this is Abel Sanchez, trainer of Gennady Golovkin. This is Steve Kim for UCN Live.